What's up guys, welcome to today's video. We're actually driving the red Supra and a lot of you guys are asking me why is it still in my garage? It's a giveaway car, isn't supposed to go to the giveaway winner. My throat's still so bad. I basically reached out to the dude that won the car and I was like, hey man, we can ship it out right away if you want, or if you want we can fly you in, you can come hang out with us, go to a drift event or something, and you can drive the car around here and I can show it to you in person, which you wanted to do. So he's actually coming in tomorrow to get to see the Supra for the first time before we send it up to him. So he's gonna hang out with us for a day or two. I'm just gonna look over the car, make sure everything's sorted on it, because I want it to be absolutely perfect. We'll see if she still rips. God, this thing hauls. Holy crap. Yo, when this thing hits third and fourth, it's just a rocket ship. I'm so excited to make mine fast. I haven't told you guys what I'm gonna do to mine yet, but I think you'll be pumped on it. So you guys have heard me talk about Ring before, the company that makes those really rad video doorbells and security cameras. And I've also talked about a pretty cool app they have that helps you keep informed of crime and safety events in your neighborhood. And conveniently enough, the app is called Neighbors. It's like a neighborhood watch in an app where you get real-time alerts on crime and safety events from your neighbors and people around your area. Any of you guys can join, you don't even need a Ring device to be a part of it. We'll open the app and see what's going on. As always, we've got some weird stuff happening in my neighborhood. Looks like we got a suspicious person, people wearing AT&T shirts selling Bibles at 8 p.m. at night, and then this one, there's some woman stealing Vietnam veterans donations in the morning. All the posts and comments are anonymous, and it's cool because it helps neighbors work together to keep their areas safe, and there's already millions of people using it, creating a massive neighborhood watch powered by real people. If you want to see what's going on in your neighborhood, download the Neighbors app today. It's completely free. All you have to do is go to ring.com/Adam and you can download it from the Apple or Android store. So I'd like to give a massive, massive, massive thank you to Neighbors for sponsoring this video. And once again, it's just ring.com/Adam to make your neighborhood safer with the Neighbors app by Ring. Now let's get started. You guys may have heard me complaining a little bit in the last video about how bad the brakes on the 370Z were. I had good tires in the front too, and it was like ABS lockup with barely any brake pressure. So I do have the standard stock non-sport brakes on the 370Z. Unlike the 350Z, where the upgraded one comes with Brembos with the track pack or whatever it's called, the 370Z, when you have the better brakes, they're called Akabonos. And I actually managed to score a pretty rad set on Craigslist for not that much money that came with brand new fresh seals and a fresh blue powder coat. So it doesn't really work with the color scheme that I was intending to go with, but I like new fancy shiny powder coated things, and it was a good deal, and came with pads, and we got some rotors cheap from O'Reilly's, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of better stopping power with these. Nice, not so nice. Marco came to save the day again. Thank you, Marco. I appreciate you and your forklift skills.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. I didn't know this was coming. Thank you, Ignite. More fuel. It's not that heavy. It looks like heavy.
Where from your side?
Where do you want to put it?
Just put it on the ground.
No, it's in the way.
It's really weird to carry.
You're really weird to carry.
I know.
Thanks, Marco.
Where's the in and out? Is it this side or that?
You gotta do like a half donut.
No, the
Oh,
on my side or that side?
It's towards you.
That's on that side.
Just like that.
I couldn't get bolt-on spacers for the rear, so I ended up doing extended studs, so I got to pull the hubs off because you can't really get the studs in there. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually going to replace the brake shoes too to make sure the handbrake works real good. The Chaser right now has a stock VLSD, which is kind of inconsistent, so Alberto is welding up an IS300 diff that we have that is actually the same as that. It is a little bit shorter gearing though. It's the automatic one that we use in all the cars over in Japan. It's a 3.9 instead of a 3.7, which should be perfect. The original plan was to bring spare axles for the 370Z, which I think are laying around here somewhere. But just in time, look what came. Got some drive shaft shop, 1,000 horsepower rated axles. Think I could break these, Alberto?
Not with that horsepower.
The only thing is that my phone or your phone?
Mine.
No. But now our weak point's the diff. So good news is we did get a spare diff. You can usually do 50 diffs with this. We'll just have to weld it tomorrow, so that way if we have to resort to that, we'll be okay. So originally the plan was to keep the messed up bashed in bumper on the Z, but since it's off and I have to mount it anyway, I'm just gonna give in and mount the new bumper that we got since our friend Billy got it painted for us. So this right here is a Shine Auto Project Spec A front bumper. There's a lot of different like bumpers and stuff on the market for the 370Zs. Shine Auto is a company that I used to use for my S13, and they actually have a pretty cool material that's fiberglass, but is also kind of like a poly blend. So even though it's fiberglass, it's still got a lot of flex and doesn't really crack or break easy. So if I do, you know, bash it on some tires or bump into something, it's not gonna get destroyed. So I got their Spec A front bumper and side skirts, but not because I'm worried about it catching on fire. I just didn't bother with the rear bumper because I wasn't that crazy much of a fan of it. But this front bumper is a really, really nice piece. We test fitted it, and all the little holes and tabs and everything fit up really, really nice. It's not like you have to like ghetto drill or anything. And it actually comes with this full under tray too, which is really, really sick aero. But we might end up cutting it just for serviceability stuff. The fit and finish though, even down to these little tabs that you can use if you want to put mesh in, like mesh inserts in here, it's very, very cool. Just to be clear as well, I'm not 100% positive that it is a fiberglass poly blend. I just know that their hybrid FRP is made out of some magic stuff that does let it flex quite a bit without cracking or breaking like normal fiberglass. So it kind of feels like an OEM bumper material, but it's a little bit more rigid, so it looks like it'll be a little bit easier to hold shape and fit. But we do get to see how good this thing fits and how good it looks to finally have a front bumper on the Z. Skirts are gonna look good too. I don't know if you guys remember me playing with EL panels a while back for the S13, trying to illuminate the 240 in the window, but check this out. We made a translucent banner that utilized the like OEM kind of fade in the window, and then put some EL panels behind it. Now they're not wired in final, and they're kind of running off battery, but it still looks really, really cool. I'm excited to have this and drive around with it at night. Good example of their hybrid FRP. Look at that.
What is that?
No cracks. That's the material the bumper's made out of.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was scared to do it with a bumper, but like, that's pretty good.
That's
See how far
wild.
we can go for our cracks. Starting.
That's impressive.
It's like starting to crack, but it's still not cracked. It's like there's almost like plastic on the outside because it sounds like it's cracking, but
Dude,
it's not.
I need that.
Look at that. This under tray that's built into the bumper is actually really cool. Look at the arrow from that. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm gonna end up cutting a little bit of it, but it would have been rad to leave. Having a crash car is cool because it saves money, but it sucks when you're fitting body panels. This fender is so out of whack that it was a nightmare for me to try to get it to line up. It doesn't have any of the brackets or anything, but I was able to just pop a bolt in there, and it actually doesn't fit too bad in the wrecked corner. This side I was having trouble too because my tabs were broken, but I got this side a little bit better by using a trick where I pulled off the actual bumper bracket, and then if you look just in there, I actually attached it to the bumper bracket and then pushed the bumper bracket in and put the screws in from behind. Made it a little bit easier to install this way, and I think this side came out pretty good. I definitely didn't do the best job cutting it. I'm kind of in a rush, so I didn't take my time, but look at how cool it looks now. Looks like a car. It's kind of cool. So we're gonna mount up the skid wheels. Got some sick 205s, 215s to hopefully help the drivetrain. I am gonna do a test burnout in a little bit. I wanna see what gear I can actually dump this car in without looking like a fool installing. So I'm gonna try third first, and if it works, I'm gonna try going up to fourth and see if it works. All right, let's check out the burnout stance. Dude, I think it's gonna have like crazy wheel rake. That looks so good. This is like actually like pretty proper Australian. That's sick. Dude, I love it. What do you think, Pat?
Something.
Yeah. This is the coolest car I own, hands down. Hands down, coolest car I own. I love it. I love the patina. Ugh.
Dude, look at the art. Look at the pattern.
Patina.
Pattern.
Patina.
English.
Patina is pattern in Spanish.
Exactly, English.
Shulman. It's not a different language. Patina is a real word. I found out why this car doesn't feel fast. I've been using its spinning wheels as a benchmark, and it wouldn't even spin wheels in first. But then, like, cause it has 265s on it, but they're not super grippy 265s. So I thought it should still spin in first. But I just put air pressure gauge over the rear tires, and they only had 14 PSI in them. So that's probably why. So I'm gonna air them up to like 40, and then she should be good. So Tommy rode with me in the Chaser, and he agreed with me that it feels way slower than it should. So we started diagnosing things, and it appears as if the VVTi solenoid is good, and it does work when I send power to it, but the other side isn't sending any voltage. So I unplugged it real quick to try and see if it made a difference, but I think there's a good chance that we don't have VVTi on this car, and that's why it's feeling kind of weird. So we'll give it a shot. I've got all the wiring stuff ripped back apart again after I cleaned it up nice. I'm gonna take it for another spin and then see if it feels the same with the solenoid unplugged. Yeah, it still kind of feels the same, so that's kind of good news, because that would mean fixing the VVTi would make this thing feel a lot better. Yeah, okay, so we definitely don't have VVTi. That kind of makes sense. It's just weird because it still spools fast, but it like doesn't have any power up top. So it's kind of backwards to how I would think the VVTi works. But who knows? I gotta give Tommy some credit since it kind of technically was his idea. Unplug the VVTi solenoid, car feels the same.
Okay, so then it's probably not working.
Dude, I'm kind of stoked because I was like kind of getting to accept that the car was slow, but I think it's gonna be fast now.
It should work. Well, once you fix it, but
Yeah.
it should work.
So hopefully it was just one of those things where the wires got crushed when it got into an accident and it'll be better. But look at this thing, so good. The last test of the night. I don't want to look like a fool at Cleatures and Cars, and this is the last chance I'm gonna have time to do this. I'm gonna take the Z and see what gear I can clutch dump in, just so I don't look like a fool, install the car, play with launch control and figure out how this thing's happy.
What's that?
The manifolds are glowing. Oh God.
We're good. Matt, you think you're good?
We're good.
Oh boy. I smell oil.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know if I'm happy that this just happened here or if I'm really bummed. These manifolds do not like that. Do you think I just blew the engine?
Yeah, because that was for sure probably oil.
Probably.
That sucks.
Damn.
I
Oh
shouldn't.
yeah, there's oil everywhere. So something went out. Something went.
Push it back.
Alberto's gonna be stoked that there's less work for him tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Swapping an engine.
Yeah, swap
That's a lot of work.
I don't think that there's time to do that. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shot a rod out of it.
So,
Oh,
there it is.
is that part of the rod?
Yeah, the block and everything.
All right. I mean, I kind of knew this. I thought that launch control was really bad for engines, and I was always an advocate against it. But yeah,
We got the show.
it worked in third gear. All right. So like, I didn't tell you guys this either. The brakes weren't bled, so that was really terrifying for me.
Yeah.
Okay. First gear worked. Second gear worked. Third gear worked. Fourth gear didn't work, and then I tried to raise it a little bit from like launching at like 6 up to like 75.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it didn't like that. So I don't know like if I'm happy that this happened or if I would have rather this happen in front of a bunch of people, but I would have liked to do a sick burnout.
Does that mean I get you for Black Friday on Saturday?
Oh,
Dang, he's gonna beat me now. I was hoping he wasn't gonna show up. Dang. Hey, I already got the 15 in the trailer too.
Oh.
well, this is very sad.
I'm sorry, Adam. Shout him.
Why do you think the manifolds are glowing that much? Just from the launch?
I care so much.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I was not here.
Wow.
I mean, there was a lot of like boost building, like for.
You know what, I'm really upset though because I really think this would have lasted a while if I wasn't doing stuff like that, and everyone was having bets on how long it was gonna last, and people were betting like 2 weeks, like 3 weeks and stuff. Not one day.
It sounded rowdy from the shop.
Oh, it sounded nuts.
It was cool to fucking see.
That's really, really sad. Man.
I think Alvaro's gonna be upset, but happy in another way.
Yeah. No, he's gonna be really stoked unless he has to swap it.
Spare engine? The Z-plug does.
Yeah, so we do have a spare VQ37 that was supposed to get built, but it caught on fire and it's probably only usable for the short block.
But that's all you need.
You think? What?
You probably shot a rod out of the block.
Watching back the video, as I said, I kept raising the limit for the launch control to a higher RPM, and what it looked like it did, rather than hitting limiter, it kind of like timing retarded itself until the manifold started glowing and it just let go. So I don't know if it over revved or if that's just another setting when you reach the maximum of the rev limit. But when you listen to it, you'll hear it doesn't go dun 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 dun, it just goes which the stock engine definitely didn't like.
There was a fire big enough that I spilled Twisted Tea to go get a fire
Yeah,
extinguisher.
that's
a shocker. So like
went
I
picked it up,
severity
though.
of the fire.
I picked it up.
Yeah, so it was like not a flame out of here or out of here. It was like a fire all of this.
Underneath, but it was like quick.
Yeah. I hopped out of this car real quick. I popped that hood latch and I got out of there. Man.
Yeah, no one really like freaked out.
Yeah.
Like I think we were just like immediate like bumness. Like we're all just kind of bummed.
I was so excited for Cletus and cars. So excited. But now I'm probably just gonna end up drifting instead. Sigh. Is it Friday the 13th? Because I feel like it's Friday the 13th with everyone's luck today. Shulman. What's going on, dog? Oh wait, I thought your car wasn't working though.
No, it works. The battery's dead. What?
Tell me it didn't sound like he thought his car was broken. Yeah, dude, I was over here like, oh.
Yeah, you just blew up your 370Z.
Yeah, dude. You're more mad than me.
Put a JZ in, won't blow up.
Are you? Your door. Your door opens. Why are you trying to climb out of your window?
Fucked up at grid. Messed up at grid light.
He hates everything that works.
We need his jack, brother.
Shulman's soul is somewhere in here.
Yeah.
All my good jokes come off camera. I just feeling the tires. I go, I wonder how many engines these tires will last. Yikes. Shulman, what do you think about this thing blowing up?
I knew it was gonna happen. Sorry.
Okay, so the engine lasts for 2 months. Shulman's like, I knew it was gonna last 2 months. It blows up in one day. Oh, I knew it was gonna blow up in one day.
I kept saying, I was like, I guarantee he's gonna test it. I said this weeks ago, swear to God. He's gonna test it, it's gonna blow up, we're gonna have one day to damn fix it, and you know, it's here.
Oh, shit, mate. Alright, we're going up. We're gonna see what happened to the engine. Dun 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 dun. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm a little bummed. I just wanted to do more. Hey, Doc, give it to me.
Well, I don't know how hot it is.
What is it?
Looks like a piston wristband to me.
Uh-oh. Wait, am I looking right into the engine like I think I am? Wait. Oh no, there she blows. Whoa!
Look out.
Oh yeah. That's the bottom of my rod down in there.
You got
can
more
see
oil
it.
on your camera?
Did I?
Yeah, I just saw it drip right here off the subframe.
So we windowed on both sides. That side's broken too.
First, like, real catastrophic engine failure?
So technically speaking, there was this purple SR20 car that blew up on me, but it had a bad tune.
Did it window the block?
Yeah, it did.
I don't remember.
I still got a piece of the block on my counter. You want it? You can have it.
No, I already have a piston from the RB20 that I fried because of you.
Because of me?
Yeah, trying to keep up with this thing on the highway all the way to the compound.
Wasn't it overheating?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it blew the head gasket, and I kept going because I'm an idiot.
And that's my fault.
Yep.
It's my fault for hanging out with this idiot.
Yep.
Encouraging him to do idiotic things.
Yep. Hey, let's go beat Iron.
Man, this thing was so cool for like a day. Oh, it's all right.
Still really clean, man.
Thanks. You want to buy it? Showman fixed his car. Yo, let's see a sick burnout. Dump her in third.
I'll dump it in first.
Dump it in third.
No way.
Come on.
No.
Come on. See what happens.
I'm not dumping it in third.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Showman's so scared. Oh, so scared. If it breaks, we'll help you fix it.
No, I don't want to fix anything. I want to drive the fucking thing.
Burnout! Woo! Let's it. At least second. At least second. At least, yeah.
Hits the oil, smokes the car.
I didn't want him to actually do a burnout. Just dump it. Oh, look, his tires didn't even leave a mark. That's how little grip his car has. Yeah, so did I.
Oh, brother.
I wish his car didn't sound good. No, that means limiter. What is that?
I gotta keep it a little bit. I did a second gear burnout, alright? That's all you get. Bye. See ya. Like, subscribe. Bye.